Okay, so the framing continues. This is what we call the blowout, like in a motorhome where the side blows out and it produces more space. Poured this little slab here, and this makes this part of this living area. This is a bedroom downstairs, and this is the bathroom part where these pipes are sticking up. Okay, we're making big progress today. We got the concrete pumping truck. We're going to pour concrete on the third story to create that floor up there for the third floor. We'll be back in a few days to pour the second pour, and we'll have floors. So the concrete truck's fixing to show up. We've got the pump truck here that pumps the concrete up to that third story. And they're taking those hoses to put on the end of the truck up there so they can get the concrete all the way to the back of the third story. Okay, Miss State Farm is here for the pour. So they're putting their whirly birds on the high lift so they can raise them up and put them on the third story. Okay, so they've got their whirly bird up there. There's our trusty drone. He's showing up to get all the action. Okay, so the concrete truck's here. He's spinning up, getting ready to fill the concrete pumper truck so they can pump the concrete up there onto the other floor. Okay. Concrete truck's here. They paused for just a minute, but they're pouring that third story up there. You can see all the guys up there working, spreading it out. Going to be pouring the second story next Tuesday. The concrete is black. It's got a black pigment in it that makes the concrete black, so our floors end up being black. It's only 3.5 inches thick, and it's a special mix to keep it from cracking. Okay, so today we poured the third floor yesterday. There it is up there. And today they're saw cutting it. And we're saw cutting it at a shallow depth on 36-inch diagonal centers so that it looks like marble laid, 36-inch squares. And also to keep the floor from cracking when we put in floor outlets, and we're putting some lights in the floor as well. And so the floor always cracks from those points. So by saw cutting it, we're hoping to minimize that. And then the saw cutting becomes a design element of the floor. Okay, so the third floor foundation was poured Thursday. This is Saturday morning. We've been wetting it each day so that it doesn't dry too fast, because it is quite hot, and by making it dry slow, there's less chance that it will have hairline cracks, and certainly big cracks. Remember, again, the concrete is black. There she goes.
No, it's gray.
So did you check out the floor, Miss State Farm?
I did. It looks good.
Okay, Miss State Farm. She took her heels off so she could climb down the ladder. Okay. Okay, Miss State Farm. Okay, so this is our first time on the third floor. As you can see, they've been framing up here. And this is our floor that we poured a few days ago. And we're looking at samples of the finish, because it's black. We want it to be black, so we're trying to decide. He's going to do a couple more samples for us to look at so we can decide. Some of the areas, like this is a porch, and it hasn't been poured yet because it has fall to the back, because it's going to have grass for the dogs in a part of it. and so that it's going to have astroturf so that the dogs can go potty and it'll run off. So we're still trying to decide. This is where the spiral stairs are. Look, Miss State Farm. It's Bobby, the job superintendent. And here is where the pool goes. That floor is lower than the rest of these on the third floor. But when the pool is here, the height of the pool will be even with these decks you see around here. Of course, if you're on the second floor, see, this is open all the way to the third floor, so it's got like a 22-foot ceiling, and this is the elevator shaft here.
Oh, here comes Miss State Farm and Lance.
Okay, so this truck is poured out, and they're already smoothing it out up there, and there's another truck fixing to show up. Okay, the next truck's here. They're spinning it up, getting ready. Start pumping some more concrete up there for the second floor. That's the pump machine. Oh. Okay. So here it goes. It uses air pressure in addition to the tines there that are turning it. Okay, so they finished pouring out the second floor. The last truck is leaving, and they're up there finishing it out. Okay, so they've repositioned the truck. They weren't finished. They still got more to pour on this side, so they repositioned the truck and the pumper so they can get the arm all the way back in there. There's a patio on this side here I think they're pouring. Okay, so they've repositioned the truck and the concrete truck and the pumper so they can get back in here on this side and pour this patio. It's right by the swimming pool. Okay, we came to check out the second floor, and State Farm's with me. This is the black concrete. It's got to be sealed and it'll get darker. And you can see we've scored it, saw cut it, to a narrow depth on 36-inch centers. Or are they 30, Linda, do you recall?
36.
36-inch centers. That's to keep it from cracking when we cut holes in it for floor outlets, and we're putting some lights in the floor too. But also it's to keep it from, to keep it from cracking and to make it look like kind of a designer kind of look, a little bit like big marble pieces had been laid. Here's where our elevator goes, right here. This is a bar. Yep, and the State Farm's over there in the kitchen. This is where you get on the elevator at. This area back here that's not paved yet, it's going to be a patio, and it's going to have a drainage system in it for the dogs and some astroturf along the outer edge. And then the pool goes up there. Of course, you access it from the floor upstairs. There's our park. We've got a nice view out the back with the park. And there's our guest quarters, an upstairs unit and a downstairs unit.
We're here to check out the construction, see all the workers. Yeah, sometimes they leave trash on the ground that has residue of food too. Construction sites are good for that, you know.
Well, in all the little places, there's penetration to the outside where moisture might get through. Cutting out headers, putting in headers, modifying corners. Every condition and every place is different. It's complicated. Okay, our stairs are supposed to be coming in another week or so. They go in that shaft right there. You see them framing up there. patio underneath the roof there. Huge outdoor patio. Well, it's kind of an indoor patio, I guess. And the pool goes right up there. Sits on top of that. And then of course the deck is on the third floor. You can see the framing going on up there. In just a few more days, there'll be lots of framing and walls and closets and all kinds of things. Okay, so they've started framing. They've worked one day, and you can see they've got a lot of walls going up in there. We're anxious to get our stairs in. We're hoping this next week. We're meeting every Tuesday here now. We'll meet here next Tuesday, and we'll go up and look at all the floors and all the rooms. Well, they've been working a few more days on framing. They've got a lot done. Virtually all the rooms are framed. And they've added windows here on the side, too. I like those 4 little windows up at the top. Okay, our stairs came in today. I'll show them to you in just a second. They've installed just the bottom half so we can come to the second story by just coming up the stairs. It's been hard to visualize this living area, but this is the living area. This is the kitchen on the right side, and then this is the room, the living room, and it's open all the way to the next story, all the way to the roof up there. There'll be a glass railing over there, and then walls on these other sides. It's the elevator over here. You can see the walls around that open area up there. That's where our closets and the master suite is on that floor. This is a bar here, and then there's a little bathroom there behind the bar. There's our stairway. That goes up to the 3rd floor, but we can't use it yet. It's just standing there. It's not welded in. This is the patio off the living area. It looks out over the rear area where the guest quarters are, and then there's a park out there. This is that main living area again, and this framed opening you see right here is for a glass wall that looks out onto this patio, and then there's a fireplace that goes in here. And then the door that goes out onto the patio is right there, as I recall. Okay, so we're here checking it out for our weekly visit. The State Farm's here. Elvis is running for president. We're putting the headers in here for the garage doors. They've already put the rear ones in. The welders and the framers have been working all week long. So we're on the 3rd story now. They've put our stairs in. We haven't been able to spend much time here. There's our view into the neighbor's yard, across their roofs. This is where the master suite is. Again, from the 3rd floor. The framers are just about finished with the rooms. Still got a sizable amount of welding to do, ceiling openings and truing up corners. It's a lot of odd kind of things that need to be brought together. This is the master suite here where the white floor is. Where the silver unfinished floor is a patio. We've got to pour concrete out there, and then there's a patio over here on the left, and then the pool is in that area. You can see is recessed down there because you'd be able to step into the pool from this floor. And this is all glass here, so you can see out into the park. 3rd story, and you can see we've got this huge ceiling in this part of the house. That's the 2nd story down there, and where you see these cables is going to be some type of railing or something, and people that come to the 3rd floor on the elevator over here, standing in this hall, will be able to look down onto this. That's the living area downstairs, where the TVs and the couches and all that kind of stuff are. Well, so the front really hadn't changed very much. There's the elevator shaft. There's the 2 to 3 story open area.